Here in Northern Virginia, we value things that have a history, whether it's a piece of land that's been set aside as sacred ground, a sleepy creek shadowed by an ancient stone bridge, or a competition that's world-renowned. Northern Virginians appreciate the fact that something or someone has been around for a while. So it makes sense to call someone with an established track record when selling your home. It makes sense to call the Ashley Lay team at Linton Hall Realtors. You already know that in a real estate transaction, experience counts, and time is money. Well, the Ashley Lay team at Linton Hall Realtors is experienced. In fact, last year, the Ashley Lay team sold an astonishing number of homes, more than 400. By contrast, the average realtor in Northern Virginia sold only 8. What's more, Ashley's homes sold faster, on an average, nearly 40% faster. We'll put it this way. If your neighbor lists his home with another agent, it may sell in 40 days. List it with Ashley Lay and yours will sell in less than 3 weeks. And that home will actually sell for more money. That's right, more money. On an average, about 1.25% more. Do the math. 1.25% of $100,000 is more than $1,200. And on a $400,000 or $500,000 sale, well, that adds up to a lot of money.
We never will promise the moon to our clients. We're going to be very candid with our sellers. In fact, sometimes we get blamed for being too direct or too honest, but in the end, our clients always appreciate the honesty, and it really benefits our home sellers because we're positioning their properties more in accordance with the market rather than fantasy world pricing, and ultimately they end up with more money in their pocket because of it.
We're very pleased with what we got for our house. We got multiple contracts on our house in a very short amount of time, and we couldn't be happier.
Okay, so how can Ashley Lay sell more homes faster for more money? Well, it's because Ashley Lay runs his real estate business very differently than most others.
Yeah, we are different. In fact, 10 years ago, I pioneered this team system and team approach to selling real estate.
You can get more done as a team. I mean, one person can multitask as much as you want them to, but sometimes if you have a bunch of people that know a lot about a lot of things, or specialists that know a lot about one thing, when you put them together, it works, a lot better. What's the acronym? Team together everybody achieves more.
That team approach means you not only get Ashley Lay working for you, you get a small army of his experts involved in your real estate transaction. And each and every one of them is focused on one thing, making sure your transaction is handled with the ultimate goal of making you completely satisfied.
Yeah, we do have experts. We have administrative staff helping with the daily processing. A client wants to call in and find out the process of their case. When again is it that we're settling? Where are we settling? What's the settlement company's telephone number, the lender's telephone number? A lot of those little type of details we don't want to overlook because we know that's important to our client. We have buyer agents. I have over 20 buyer agents that work for our team, and those buyers do nothing other than concentrate on trying to sell our properties to potential buyers that have called in on the properties. They don't list properties, so there's no conflict in regards to the relationship of agency. They're representing the buyers in the transaction. We also have a listing team, which is several listing specialists that will assist us with regards to marketing the properties, go out and meet with the sellers, sit down with them and go through a step-by-step marketing approach, show them what we do, sometimes what we can't do or what we won't do, but everything's up front and in writing in clear language, meaning we provide a written agreement that's easy for everybody to understand, and we walk our clients through that. We have a team courier that goes and puts the signs up for us, delivers brochures. We also have someone that is our inside marketing department, where they're making sure that the ads for all of our properties are rotating properly through all of the marketing mediums that we use to market our properties. And we also have a full-time graphic artist on hand. Obviously, real estate has to adapt and has, at least in my team system, it has adapted to the demand of technology, and we have a graphic artist on hand that puts the ads together for us and makes sure that everything is in place so that when our sellers are browsing through the newspaper and that sort of thing, they'll see their house frequently advertised.
This makes so much sense, because you're not dividing your time among 20 different tasks. And the people that we dealt with also were all of them, Laura was very professional and very, likable and easy to work with too. I think that made a difference too.
And that's something that Sherry and I talked about during the process and even afterwards. Ashley's a good businessman, and in my estimate, to be a good businessman, not only do you have to have technical competence, but you have to look out for the interests of your clients, and he does.
It's a good thing, yes, because everybody seems to have their specialty. And when everybody has their specialty, I think things flow a lot better. They don't have to reach and, well, let me go talk to this person and find out for you. You're connected with the right person, you get your questions answered.
Getting questions answered quickly and by the right person is critical in any real estate transaction. And Ashley guarantees that you'll get regular updates and a return phone call within 24 hours, or he'll kick back hundreds of dollars in commissions at the end of your transaction.
Communication is very important. Selling your house, you feel like you're up in the air. You're not sure where everything is going, how much you're going to get for it, the market, the way the market is, and you really want to be in touch with your realtor as much as possible to know exactly what's going on, to give you the confidence and the feeling that when you're purchasing a home and things are going to work out okay for both of those.
There's a lot of things that need to get done in order to get a home sold. In fact, I sometimes use the analogy of a juggler throwing balls up in the air, and if you're throwing more and more balls to that juggler, eventually the juggler reaches their physical limitation, and some of those balls actually will fall to the ground. And without the assistance of additional team jugglers to throw the balls to, that approach is very limited. With our team system, we actually have over 40 administrative staff members and agents that are working together as a team to pay particular attention to the details of the process. We're actually leveraging through technology, we're leveraging through our good people that we have in our systems that we've developed so that our seller doesn't end up feeling left out. We're concentrating on their needs and wants. We want to make sure that our seller feels like they're number one when they're selling their property with the Ashley Lay team.
There were a lot of friendly people, and each one specialized in the one little part of the job that they did. Okay, the lady who made the flyers, another lady came over and took the beautiful pictures of the houses, the pan and scan camera that gives you the virtual walkthrough. That was real impressive when we finally got to see that on the internet. But it seems like, everybody had their own little job and they knew exactly what they needed to do. Instead of one person having to juggle all these different things all by themselves, you felt like you had all your bases covered, and it really seems to be a method that works out, and that's why we came back the second time.
Oh yes, repeat customers. Research shows that about 3 out of 4 people wouldn't use their last agent for another real estate transaction. Well, they obviously didn't use the Ashley Lay team, because nearly 100% of the folks who use Ashley and his team would and do use his services again.
3 times.
Yeah, and then your mother?
Refer them to different people and pass that on. So, if I trust somebody, I put it out there.
He's dealt with his mother, my mother-in-law, and her husband, and
right. his brother, and, right?
I think so, yeah.
So, he gets around.
Ashley does get around, and he gets around potential problems because he understands that sometimes you may have special needs, and that means coming up with innovative solutions.
We found a beautiful house, and it was in our range, and we decided we wanted to try to get the house, but they weren't willing to take a contingent offer on us selling our house, and that, it really put us in a jam. We didn't know what to do. We couldn't buy the house without having the money that was in the equity on our house.
So Ashley did something that's absolutely unheard of. He removed their contingency by guaranteeing that he would buy their existing home. It's part of the guaranteed sale program, and it works like this. If you buy a home through the Ashley Lay team, Ashley will guarantee the sale of your existing home. In fact, if it doesn't sell in the time or for the amount that you and he agree upon, he'll actually buy your home. Let me say this again. Ashley will remove your contingency by guaranteeing that he will buy your existing home. And even if you're not planning to buy a home through Ashley's team, it's not a problem, as long as the buyer who wants to make an offer on your property isn't already working with an agent. Ashley can remove your buyer's contingency by guaranteeing the sale of your buyer's property. No kidding.
And it allowed us to buy the house that we had been looking for. You know, and without that, you know, we'd probably still be in our same house. So it did make a big difference. You know, I don't know if we could have done it without that.
Once you've sold your home, use Ashley's moving truck absolutely free of charge. That's what it's there for. And you know that old TV pitch, but wait, there's more? Well, there actually is more. The Ashley Lay team offers a number of guarantees to every client. And Ashley puts his money where his mouth is. If he doesn't perform, he'll kick back hundreds, even thousands of dollars at the close of settlement. So what are those guarantees? Well, you already know about the Guaranteed Home Sale Program and the Guaranteed Communication. But Ashley also has a timeline guarantee, an honest promises guarantee, and the extraordinary unconditional 24-hour cancellation guarantee. That means if for any reason you aren't completely happy with the Ashley Lay team services, you can cancel your agreement with no penalty, no expense, no kidding. And there is more. Take a look. Everything's listed here in the package you'll get from the Ashley Lay team when you meet with them. But there's something else here that isn't listed, and that's something that you can't put a price on. That's how you'll feel at the end of your transaction.
No, I couldn't be happier. I've told all of my friends about the Ashley Lay team and the way things have worked out for us, and I'm just pleased as punch. I'm happy.
I would recommend Ashley to family and friends, and if you want to recommend them to your family, you must think pretty highly of them, because you recommend them to your family.
We wouldn't send a friend to someone who we felt was not reliable or not honest or trustworthy, and we found Ashley to be those things, and so we have recommended him to other people and would again in the future.
By the way, all of the folks on this video are your neighbors. No actors, no one was paid to say any of those things. They're the real deal. Happy, satisfied customers who volunteered to advocate and endorse the Ashley Lay team. So now you know why the Ashley Lay team is #1 in Northern Virginia. And you're ready to sign up, right? I'm Gary Kelly. On behalf of Ashley Lay and his entire team, thanks for watching.